Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 404 show. It is Friday. It is October 21st. What a week. What a week. What a week. Mr. Russ Frushtick, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm a little sleepy. I got back from San Francisco very late last night, and jet lag is not being my friend today, so I'm dragging. I wish the sleep doctor was back to give me advice.
He did. He told you. He said it's going to take you 48 hours.
Yeah, that's too much time.
And you have to drink a series of diluted sunflower extract.
Yeah, it's bad news.
And so it's funny. I got a buddy who's like, yeah, I'm all about that melatonin.
Oh, actually, yeah. So, well, first of all, the sleep doctor said you're not supposed to take a ton of that.
Right. And he didn't, when I told my friend that, he was like, oh my, I've been ODing.
Oh, no.
On melatonin. You can't, I don't think it'll kill you, though.
I think you might get addicted to it. Like, it might stop being as effective, and Russ, you might have a harder time sleeping.
We all have vices in our lives.
That's true.
Lives. So, look, if that's what you're going to, get hooked on.
That's true.
Could be worse things.
So I tried something that, I know you tried the coffee thing and fell asleep on the train. Right?
Yeah, that shit did not work. Man, I'm not saying I want to beat the sleep doctor up.
Sure.
But I want to smack him around a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a good buddy, so I could say that. But I want to step on his toes.
Because you're not happy with it.
I just want to be like, hey, Mike.
Yeah.
The hell'd you do to me, bro?
Yeah, Dr. Mike.
Hey, Doc Mike.
Yeah.
I was all weird and groggy on the train. People thought I was a zombie. Mm-hmm. They didn't like it.
Yeah.
I was drooling on the woman next to me. She seemed nice.
And you didn't get like a jump when you got to the office?
Everyone's like, who's the sleepy Jew?
No, I mean, in the office when you drank coffee, you didn't feel like a jolt when that happened?
What happened? Oh, no.
Were you in a fugue state?
No. I remember what happened. I think I waited too long. I think it was like 2.5 hours.
So you didn't do it?
No, I did. What did he say? He said 2 hours.
He said 2 hours after.
Yeah. No, I did it at the right time. But my body was just like not having it. My body was like, why? No. We're used to something else, Jeff. We're used to having it within 40 minutes of arising.
Yeah.
Arising?
Who cares?
Waking up.
No one cares.
But I do stare at the sun now.
Yeah, I've been opening the curtains, and that helps.
I don't really stare at the sun because I don't get sun in the morning.
Well, you also shouldn't stare at the sun. It's bad for your eyes.
Yeah, don't look at the sun ever.
No. I do want to mention, though, I tried the banana tea. You remember he recommended the banana tea?
How'd that go?
Great.
That's all in your head.
No, I honestly, it was so...
What was he saying it does?
So it's got a lot of magnesium in it, and apparently magnesium puts you out. So
it's a go
to sleep thing. Yeah. So you take an organic banana, you cut both sides of it, you leave the peel on, you put the banana with the peel in the boiling water, and then you pour the boiling water out.
So it tastes very banana-y and good.
So Alex put like cinnamon in it,
right?
A little bit, just to make it a little tasty. It doesn't really taste like a banana.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like cinnamon tea.
Okay.
And drank it, and about a half hour, maybe like 20 minutes later, legit. It felt like I took a NyQuil PM, like legit sleepiness. Like I was ready for bed. It was pretty. Give it a shot if you ever have a problem sleeping. Give it a shot.
It just seems like such a hassle.
It's as much of a hassle as making tea.
Yeah, that's
you just put a banana.
Like a hassle.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know.
How does England do it all the time?
I don't know.
They make tea every minute.
And you know what?
What?
British people got to stop making like tea is the most important thing in the world.
They really love their tea.
They love their tea. And don't
they
get
say
me wrong.
cuppa.
Whatever it is. I love British people. Arguably a better people than we.
Sure.
But I just get off the tea thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, oh, I can't do that. I'm making tea.
Do you think it's because they spent all that time and energy enslaving other nations for that tea? That now they feel like they need to take advantage of it.
They're like, look, this tea didn't come easy. Okay?
A lot of people, not us, but a lot of people had to die.
For this tea to be a thing here. So we're really cashing in on that.
Really amortizing the tea.
On that tradition. Don't forget about that. The whole tea thing, that's us.
Yeah, big time.
What a freaking week, kids.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff happening.
There's a big tech week.
There's a big tech week. I want to start things off. I want to kick it off.
Okay.
With a little tiny, never no-name company called Nintendo.
Yeah, the trading card company. I know them.
Yeah, this 120-year-old company.
Yeah.
Always interesting whenever they debut new consoles, and they did on Thursday.
Nintendo Switch.
So that's what we're dealing with. So if you don't want to listen to two guys talking about Nintendo's new video game console, I don't know what you do right now.
Well, I guess
I think you listen anyway because it's interesting.
Yeah, and we're fascinating, hilarious people. So what I would recommend is maybe listen for 5 minutes just to like get the understanding of like what this thing is. If you haven't watched the trailer actually does a really good job of like pitching the device and like what it does and what the idea is. But if you haven't watched the trailer, it is... Okay, so picture a game console, a little game console sits next to your TV, you plug it into your TV, and you got a controller for it, and you play video games.
Sure, I think most people can identify with that.
Fine. So the switch where the hook comes in is that you can basically undock the game console, and it's got a little TV on it, and you can hook in two like side controllers to the side of it, and it becomes a portable like handheld game console.
And you take that with you on the go.
And you can take that with you on the go. So the same games are running both on your TV as it is like a normal console, as well as on the go. It's kind of like a kind of a best of the both worlds situation,
right.
I guess. And it does some really interesting things. So if you're on the go, let's say you're in the airport. And you're with a buddy, and you're playing this console in your hands, and you got the TV and the controller in your hands, you can unhook both controllers from the sides of the TV, put the TV up on a little kickstand, and give one of the controllers to your buddy, and that works, if you turn it on its side, works as its own controller, and you can play co-op with your buddy using the TV and that situation. So you can basically turn what was once a single-player handheld gaming device into a two-player co-op gaming device in a second, which is that's pretty wicked.
You keep using that word.
What, wicked?
Is it wicked?
I think that's really good from a design, like conceptual standpoint. I think it's very cool.
I think it's cool.
What are you against? What don't you like?
I just, we always see these debut trailers and they always look so damn slick and so damn cool. I didn't think
the Wii U debut trailer looked interesting or cool at all.
There was nothing ever cool about
that's
Wii
what I'm
U.
saying. So it's not easy to do
like
this.
With this, I don't know. This thing looks very big, the screen. It looks very large.
How big is it? Have they said the size?
No, but it's got to be 6 to 7 inches.
How big is like that?
Okay, you're making what looks to be like a Kindle size thing.
It's smaller than a Kindle. Smaller than a Kindle.
That right there. Well, Russ is making a rectangle that looks like...
It's not as small as like a box of cards, but it's not as big as a Kindle. So that
I think we're looking at like a 6 and change screen.
Is that what that is?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's big.
Yeah, it's
no
not
phones
small.
are that. The most the phone is like a 5.7.
What about a? Oh, really? Even like a plus?
Like this is 5.7.
Okay, sure. But you're not carrying.
It's way bigger.
You're not
than
carrying
that.
this thing around in your pocket. Like that's not really the design.
No, this isn't a pocket thing.
No.
Look, I agree with you. I think the notion of like, hey, let's make this something that is practical for on the go. Let's make it a thing where two people can like play and use it, and then the thing becomes its own portable TV. Mm-hmm. Like that's really kind of cool.
And what you're also getting out of this is a portable gaming console that no one else is willing to make anymore. Sony's not making another Vita.
Right.
There are no company. I mean, granted, phones these days are portable gaming consoles, but the games on them are not traditional games.
Right.
And this is the only traditional portable game console that's gonna exist. So you can play Skyrim on it. You can play the new Zelda on it. And I think that idea of like bringing these games portable is very, very cool.
It is cool.
It might have an hour battery life, but
that's a huge concern. We were talking about it yesterday. Like if this thing has less than 4 hours of battery life, no thanks. I just, how is that practical?
Yeah, no, I think 4 hours is probably like what you could hope for, and I would be fine with 4 hours.
I want over 6, but you're not getting that.
No, you're not going to get that. You don't get that out of the Vita either. I think this will run like 360 era games. I don't think it's going to run like Battlefield 1 or Red Dead Redemption 2, the trailer that just came out. And obviously Nintendo games have the ability to run, for Mario and stuff like that, have the ability to run with stylized graphics, so you can still have good-looking games, but not necessarily push like polygons and all that stuff.
Right. So how long's the battery life on this thing? Do the controllers? They're called Joy What are
It's
they
called
called?
the
Joy-Con.
Joy-Con.
They're called Joy-Con controllers. Those
Because
little
it connects. That's
right
where it comes from.
the joystick connection, right? So do those little guys need batteries? They have to. They have to have that. Maybe they're rechargeable.
Yeah, they
I don't know what the
probably.
deal is.
That's a good question. I didn't think about that. They probably have their own batteries
because they're wireless.
But they're
what's their deal? Do they vibrate? Is there gyroscopes in them? Do they do this? Is the screen touch? Is it a touch screen?
Sure.
Look,
there's a lot of questions.
There's a lot of questions. That's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine for the amount of information that they gave in that trailer. I sort of was cool to like let them cool their heels for a little while.
Sure.
I mean, you don't have a million years. The thing comes out in March.
5 months.
That's not a lot of time. So. The scuttlebutt this morning was that they're not going to announce anything new till the new year. Like this was it. Oh, that was it. Yeah, interesting. And you know what? I don't necessarily fault them for that. I think that's a better strategy than like waiting forever. And it also benefits them because they're putting out that Nintendo Mini.
Yeah, let's maybe take the heat off. Everything else for a moment and let that thing have its day.
Right, exactly. So I think it's a smart, like from a marketing standpoint, decision. And they've got no competition. Like. They are coming. That space is not, digging into. I think if you have an Xbox One, it's tough to recommend a PS4, and vice versa, because they do a lot of the same stuff.
There's a lot of overlap.
This does not feel like it has very much overlap at all, apart from maybe some of the third-party games coming out on it. But I think there's a lot of demand for it. I think it's going to do a lot better than the Wii U did.
It has to. Oh, come on.
Yeah.
They could have released like a tinfoil, little thing with a
piece of shit in a box, and it would have
been
been
like, well, look, it's not the Wii U. Well, shit, sign me up.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think, and this is going to get a little nerdy down in the dirt gaming stuff, but I think
let's get in the weeds.
The fact that Nintendo still does not yet have a gamer tag storefront great solution for like, these are all the games I own.
You think this is where they do it?
They need to do it. They need, if it's, they've been, they're like 8 years behind on that.
Has there been any sort of evidence that suggests that they will actually do it right this time? Like they don't really seem to be concerned.
I mean, they've been
playing ball. The only thing that they've done, there's that. Well, look, depends on how you like what you equate to be signs of and evidence of that they're joining the rest of the planet, right?
Yeah.
The mini NES thing we just talked about, that is sort of not a concession, but I think a major concession is Mario Runner on iPhone. I think
they're
that's
giving people what they want.
I think that's them being like, it'd be really, really dumb if we just let this mobile gaming thing
and look
pass
at
us
Pokemon.
by.
I mean, Pokemon was, they own 50% of that company.
I thought it was 30.
30% of that company.
And that wasn't all them.
Sure.
Like they didn't develop
No,
it.
definitely not.
But
they are working on Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing as well.
Right.
And those are all properties that they own. So.
Sure. So, I don't know. I think you have to... Wishful thinking would suggest that, yes, this would be the time where they get their digital marketplace act together.
It's just not... What's crazy to me is that that's table stakes. That's easy stuff. Like, hey, I go to you, Jeff. Jeff, I want to play Nintendo Switch with you. What's your gamer tag? Oh, yeah, mine's 6327559.
I don't know, man.
Like, fuck.
They have this thing where they just don't... I think even with Splatoon, like they didn't, and that was a really
they
popular...
didn't have a back end.
Yeah,
they still didn't have a back end for the Wii U. I think it's been a complaint forever, and all I can say is like they've got to be on so much peyote if they don't implement any of this stuff, like easy matchmaking, friend code, like kids. I realize you're worried about the kids, but there are parental controls that you can put on a console if your kid's going to be playing it. You don't need to have this like mutual, I accept your friend, you accept my friend.
Not bullshit. To mention there wasn't anyone under 18 in that video you showed me yesterday.
I think they're waking up and they realize that all of this coddling and like babying that they've done has not helped them at all.
Well, you can tell just looking at that console. That console is not something...
It looks mature.
It looks like
mature, but...
It's a classier joint. It's not as...
It looks like something Sony would put out. It's not like a giant plastic
when you look at that Wii U
toy.
When you look at that Wii U gamepad, it's man, that's something for Dylan.
Yeah.
That's something for like a little baby.
Yeah.
A little stupid baby.
Yeah, stupid baby Dylan.
Stupid ass baby Dylan with no concept of fun or entertainment.
Yeah. Except for keys.
Yeah, except for keys and balls. That's it. Ball. Let's look at that ball over there.
in my heart of hearts, as a person that grew up with Nintendo, was born into Nintendo, gotta hope and wish that they know all of this stuff and will wake up and be like, yeah, we just need to do it. It just needs to happen. And I think all of the fact that they have so much third-party support is kind of an indication that they're going to need to.
It's worth mentioning. The list of third-party people they were throwing around is a list that I have not seen from Nintendo.
You know, it's a very good list. I think the reason the list is so big is because you're going to see a lot of those companies put out their last-gen games again on NX. And
okay.
I think that's why the list is so big, like
right.
Skyrim and stuff like that. Because
that's a good point.
You can't, again, you won't be able to run modern games on this thing.
So I hope everyone listening is getting a good idea of what this thing is and how it's like this hybrid console that is in the house and on the go. And like, I think we're doing an okay job of explaining that.
It's a kind of a brain melt. And again, I think the trailer does a very good job of showing it off.
Or at least a very ambitious trailer of what the use case for this.
It didn't feel like lying though. We've seen a lot of those trailers, like the Kinect trailer when it first came out, had like a lot of bullshit in it.
It was like a guy doing handstands.
Yeah, and like doing a 3D printer of his skateboard.
Right.
Like that.
Like, right. You're like, scan in my hand.
Meanwhile, the Kinect doesn't know when you say stop. So thanks.
Disaster.
But this trailer didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like, I mean, granted, I don't necessarily expect there to be an esports Splatoon situation going on, which is how the trailer ends.
Some more wishful thinking.
But I think from a functionality standpoint, everything they did in the trailer seems reasonable and like
seems in the realm.
And like use cases that like I could see myself playing this on a plane and like putting the thing on the, like,
oh my God. If that could be the thing, I would love that to be the thing. And you're right. It is filling a gap that is there.
Yeah.
And that is definitely waiting for something like this.
Here's a question.
Wait, hold that thought.
Sorry.
Okay, what's your question? Sorry.
So you're going, speaking of planes, you're going through airport security.
Sure.
And you know, when you get up to the line, they're like, if you have any large consoles in your bag, you're going to have to take them out and put them in a separate bag. If it's a handheld, you don't have to. What do you do?
TSA's got to get briefed on this.
Yep.
I hope Nintendo's laid down the paperwork. I hope they've done their homework. Crossed their T's, dot their I's.
That was a big Twitter hit for me yesterday.
Was it?
Yeah.
I had a Twitter hit too.
Yeah.
I said that this thing's got a kickstand and a headphone jack. It's already 1,000,000 times better than the iPhone 7.
Oh, poor iPhone 7.
Yeah, no one cares about that thing.
That's not true. It's doing very well.
I know. It always does well.
Because its competitor is exploding.
That's exactly. It's imploding. So the dock that this thing sits in.
Yeah.
Do you think that has like processing power in it? You think this thing?
I think the whole thing is on the box. 100%.
You think the whole thing is in the tablet?
Yes.
Why is that box so big? You're telling me it's just
you don't know.
HDMI
First of all, you don't know
breakout?
how big it is. The impression
It's big.
it looked like a bookshelf almost, like a little two end, like bookends almost.
It looked like
and you just
3
like
inches
slotted
thick.
I don't think it was that thick. I think it's empty in the middle and you slot it into the middle.
It is empty in the middle.
It's like a taco.
It's like a taco.
Right. That's what I mean.
But there's got to be something in there because that whole big container is not just an HDMI breakout.
Having processor power in there makes no sense at all.
I think you're wrong.
How would it benefit? You think the games run better when it's in that thing?
I think the door is open for that. I think resolution wise, I think you're telling me, okay? Let's talk about resolutions,
okay,
right?
Sure. It needs to be 1080p. You
think on the tablet it needs to be 1080p?
No, I think.
Then what? Then there you go.
I understand. You're right. On the TV, it needs to be 1080p. I think on the tablet, people could live with 720p and be okay.
I think they would be fine.
Yeah.
I think so. Have you ever had a Shield tablet?
I've not. I've seen them. So
it's. I think
and it's running on a Tegra. So
exactly. I think people really need to take a step back and look at the Shield.
Yeah.
Note the shitty battery life that thing has.
What's the battery life like?
It's terrible. It's like 3 hours.
Okay.
Again, this is like a 2.5, 3-year-old product.
Yeah.
But the Shield is, as close of an Android gaming tablet as you're going to get.
Sure.
And it's similarly sized.
Yeah.
But that is the whole console is obviously that tablet. So
right.
I think it's safe and fair to kind of make those.
Sure, I think it's a fair comparison.
Comparisons. Obviously this has a better chip inside.
It just seems like weirdly. I don't know. I guess if there was RAM or something, I'm just trying to think of a cheap way.
I don't know.
You could put components inside that dock,
yeah,
and not like like lose out, you know?
I don't know.
Hard to say.
Think of it like this. Maybe this is the wrong analogy,
Yeah.
but think of it like this. Gaming laptops.
Okay.
When you use some of the higher end
Sure.
gaming laptops, when they're not plugged in, they perform at a lower.
You're right. They scale. You're right.
Lower rate.
That would be very cool. Honestly.
Now that's just a power thing.
No, you're right, but it does. It's basically engaging.
It's using all of its assets.
Or sometimes it'll like shift over to a different graphics card, right? It'll use a mobile graphics card instead of instead of the main one.
Yeah, but that's not. I don't think that's what would be going on here.
It'd be too drastic a difference.
Yeah, but again, like when you go from a 50-inch screen TV to a 7-inch screen,
sure.
There's a lot. That's a huge difference.
Yeah,
and shittier looking games look a lot better on a 7-inch screen.
And maybe that's certainly the way they'll save battery life as well. Is if you're scaling it down and running at a lower resolution, it'll save battery life as well, less processing power, etc.
There's a lot to unpack. We'll finish up the Nintendo Switch story, the discussion right after this. But first, a quick word from our sponsor this week. Okay, a big shout out to Vega Coffee, our new sponsor. It is a new day, so try a new coffee. Today's sponsor, Vega Coffee, is revolutionizing the coffee industry. Vega Coffee offers single origin coffees direct from farmers in Nicaragua to your doorstep and on your schedule. Each coffee delivery is carefully curated to bring you the most exquisite flavors from specialty microlots. Every batch is made up of 100% Arabica beans, I said that right, that are naturally grown, hand-picked, and artfully roasted, all by the people who know coffee best, farmers. I love coffee. I trust these words. Farmers are important. Let's drink that coffee. What makes Vega Coffee different? Well, I will tell you. Vega bypasses the usual middlemen in the coffee supply chain. So that means that Vega then is able to train farmers to roast and package their own coffee at origin, so that they're equipped with lifelong skills that reach well beyond the farm. And by selling directly to you, farmers earn more. That's important. You can feel good about that. Vega can charge less, and you receive premium coffee delivered at a fair price. I cannot tell you how much money I spend on coffee. It is ridiculous. I need to change that. Here's how I'm going to do it. Coffee that's artfully curated, responsibly produced, and conveniently delivered, all for only $15 a shipment. Go check them out right now. It's vegacoffee.com. That's VEGA coffee.com. Sign up for a subscription and enter the promo code The404Show. All one word, no spaces. The404 Show at checkout and get your first bag for free. Don't forget, go to vegacoffee.com. Enter the 404 code and you're going to get that first bag free. That is nice. Free is good. Sign up now. Hey, welcome back to the 404 Show.
Welcome back.
It is almost Halloween. I need everyone to start getting excited.
Oh, yeah, it's next week, right?
The best time of the year.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch.
You want to talk about price? I feel like we should guess price.
Yeah, let's guess price. I think this thing is $300.
I think... Okay, so I looked it up with the Wii U.
You looked up the price?
No one knows what the price is right now. I looked up the Wii U prices. So the Wii U launched, there was the base level Wii U, which was kind of garbage. I mean, they were both kind of garbage.
That's what everyone got, though.
But that was $299. And there was the mid-range, or rather the quote deluxe package,
I have a black
was
one.
$349. And the black one is the $349 one. And I think my guess is $349.
Okay, I didn't realize that there was. Yeah, I'll go with that too.
They can't go higher than that because the PS Pro is coming out at $399.
Right.
But from a component standpoint, like the screen is not cheap. Having those controllers be whatever they are, wireless and stuff like that. I mean, it's not cheap. I think at $399 it's still a reasonably good deal, and then they have room to lower the price on the holiday or whatever, the following holiday.
A part of me is now believing this will be $400.
Not a chance. They will not launch at the same price point as Sony because they really want to show that they're a cheaper option.
Yeah, but we just got finished saying about how this is a product for which there does not currently exist one.
$399 is such a hard... I mean...
But like, if you're buying this, to me, this is now strictly a compliment or like it lives on its own.
What do you mean a compliment?
Like I don't think I'm saying it lives on its own. I don't think this is like something that you're gonna, have that would take the place of a PS4.
No, I think, but
I don't know.
No, I don't think it would take the place of PS4. I do think there are people that don't own PS4s that will buy this because they want to play Mario games and Zelda and stuff like that. The more casual folks that want to do that. But I also think those people might like take a beat if they see, hey, this is the same price as the like most powerful gaming console I could do.
But so you're telling me, okay, but $350, that seals the deal?
I think honestly, that comparatively minor difference in price, that $50 makes a big difference. It just does. It's the way people look at it. You see the prices next to each other. One's $50 less. And you start equivocating and like saying like, well, that one has a screen on it.
Yeah, but
and blah, blah, blah.
The original PS4 is going to stay at $299, and that's going to,
yeah, but that is an older console.
It's older, but I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I think they believe that they are entering such uncharted territory with this thing that they can kind of get away with.
I think they're also very cautious of having another Wii U situation on their hands. Of course. And the only way to sort of push back against that, obviously they have a great debut and like a good argument so far.
You think yesterday was successful?
100%.
Yeah.
Speaking as someone that like for the Wii U is the first Nintendo console ever that I did not own.
Oh, you know one.
Ever. I didn't own one, and I had no urge to own one, and that is super telling.
Because it was terrible.
Because it was really not a bit like,
I
not
hate saying
comfortable.
it. I'm not happy saying it. It was a terrible console.
It was a really bad console, and not fun to put, like the controller was bad. They were totally lacking in software. It was a real mess.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it was a real shame. And so
I'm not happy saying that.
No, it doesn't give me any pleasure. I'm sure it doesn't make Nintendo happy either, but like they know it.
Too.
They know that it was a huge failure for them. And so for me to go in, I went to the this trailer very skeptical and being like, well, what could they do at this point? And the fact that I came away impressed, and not just me, like universally Twitter was impressed. Like,
yeah, I don't think anyone was like, screw this
right.
thing.
Universally. And it was a trending like on Twitter and Facebook.
Come on.
It was like,
but it should.
Yeah, it should.
No matter what that thing was, it was going to be talked about.
Yeah, maybe.
They're lucky it didn't happen this morning, though.
Oh, yeah.
They're lucky they didn't wait till this morning.
That would have been a problem, dude.
Because most of the East Coast had a huge DNS outage.
Yeah.
So DNS servers are basically,
it's like a switcher, right?
Right. It's like the switchboard for the internet. It's like the best
it's
way
like you get your power, and the power is centralized in a certain point.
It's the internet grid.
Yeah.
Right?
Sort of. Yeah.
Well, that was attacked and went down.
Right.
For a couple of major DNS, what do you call them?
Centers?
I don't know. Sure. And it affected Reddit, Twitter, a lot of sites.
Spotify was down to the point where I thought my internet was acting up, and it was just happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And there was a few moments where I was like, this is what it would be like. Like, this is what happens when the switch flips and you go back to a time before the internet. And it's very weird.
We lost internet here yesterday around 3:00.
Yeah.
And
when it goes out in the office, it's like, yeah, whatever, we'll go get coffee and chill.
You're the first person to peek your head up.
Yeah.
And you look around and you see 17 other people doing that, and you're like, oh, there's no internet, right?
Yeah.
And we just walk around like zombies.
And then you start lighting torches and running through the halls.
Well, if the internet's out, we should probably light a couple garbage cans on fire, right? Because there's not going to be any more heat.
Yeah. It's basically like you work at a car plant and the power goes out and you're like,
all we do here is build internet.
And all of my docs are Google Docs, and those are all in the cloud, and the cloud is closed to us right now.
The cloud's closed. We mine internet.
Yeah.
And we create it on an assembly line.
Yeah.
The phones don't work because the phones are now the internet too.
Yeah.
I guess, fire.
Legit, does that stuff freak you out, scare you in any way? Of the internet just going down?
When you have a major DNS outage like this, it it's a sobering reminder of how fragile it all seems to be.
And it shows you, like, if some outside force was able to do it for an extended period of time,
We'd
like
be in trouble.
2 weeks, can you imagine?
We'd be in real trouble.
Just imagine the amount of hit the economy would take. Like, the U.S. economy would take a major hit.
Grind to a halt
for 2 weeks. Or however long it took. And that's, I don't know, that's a very scary thing.
You know what? Our cyber is really vulnerable. Our cyber is...
People are cybering left and right.
The people with the cyber, it's huge.
Yeah.
We got to figure out...
It's a disaster. The worst cyber ever.
It's a disaster.
Oh, my God.
The worst.
Big league disaster.
What do we do? Like, you know, I understand we now live in a world of, like, we're very reactionary.
Yeah.
So... I don't know what we do.
You have to take
now.
off your shoes before you use the internet now.
What do we do?
I don't actually. So the question I have is, like, when this happens. So when Sony gets hit by a denial of service, whatever.
That's different. A little, yeah.
Is it different?
Yeah, because this is like attacking an actual website, the DDoS.
Yeah, but if,
this is the DNS is you're basically bombing the pipes.
But you're not literally bombing the pipes. It's a virus.
That was a metaphor.
I understand. Yeah. So the question I have is, like, how do you fix that? Do you know?
I don't know.
It
probably has to do with, like, bypassing stuff. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Blocking
IT people. IT people.
Yeah, call us in.
Hey, IT people, Google this and let us know.
Yeah, we probably could have done that. But the internet was down. We couldn't look it up this morning.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It freaks me out. I think I mean, you know, Trump was right. Cyber is a big deal. What can I say? He's not right often, but he was right there. And a lot of nations outside of our nation are benefited by our internet going down, because it puts us at a huge disadvantage. And, you know, it's scary stuff.
So I was looking at, like, a heat map of where this DNS thing was affecting people, and it was mostly the East Coast.
Okay.
Specifically our area.
So you think it was, like, Ohio that did it?
No, I'm not going to place blame on one state. I'm going to be like,
the whole Midwest, you're saying?
Oh, God damn it, Ohio.
Just because we don't have Steak and Shake or whatever.
Shake Shack?
No, Steak and Shake. That's what they have out there.
When were you in Ohio?
I've been around in that neighborhood. I've
been in Ohio thrice.
Okay, that's a sizable number.
Yeah.
Buckeye State.
Yeah, it's, you know.
Is that a nut? Is that like an acorn?
What?
A buckeye.
A buckeye, isn't it an animal?
No.
Yes.
No, it's a nut.
You're so not right.
I think it's a nut. And the mascot.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm totally right.
Oh, shit.
I'm totally 100. What? Yeah, I'm right. Yeah.
A buckeye.
That doesn't look like an animal.
A buckeye should be... I'm having my mind blown right now. I thought a buckeye was like a bull. I was like, oh.
Wait, is that because you think the buckeye mascot looks like a bull?
Oh, that could be it.
His head is just the nut.
Time the fudge out. You're telling me...
Dude, type in Buckeye mascot, and I'll bet that's why you thought that.
You're telling me...
That guy. He's a nut. He's just got a nut head.
Time out. This changes everything. Number one, Ohio State Buckeyes. Your mascot name sucks. That's just a nut. Name. It's a nut.
But that's the state name.
What the why?
It's the Buckeye State.
That's like the Tennessee Acorns. What the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
That's not cool.
They're a very good football team sometimes.
I know they're good, but like Ohio State Buckeyes?
Yeah.
A Buckeye to me is like a bull that's upset.
What about the Knickerbockers?
I know that's the Knicks, but what is a Knickerbocker?
It's a Dutch settler in New York City. We're called Knickerbockers.
So it's a tourist.
Essentially.
What the everything is a lie. The world is upside down. Dogs and cats living together. It's chaos.
Mass hysteria.
What is happening?
Yeah.
A Buckeye is a nut?
Yeah. I forget how we got on. Oh, you were blaming Ohio for the outage.
Oh, God.
But now you know.
How do I move on?
Man, you're such a dummy.
This does make me look pretty stupid,
it does.
Right?
It's up there.
I'm going to ask a lot. I'm going to ask people this weekend.
Okay.
Hey,
what's a Buckeye?
You know Ohio Buckeye? Buckeye State?
Yeah.
What's a Buckeye?
Yeah.
Look, Jeff, it's a tree that has a nut on it. It's called a Buckeye. It's delicious.
Do you eat it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you eat a Buckeye? Yeah, guess you can.
I guess it's probably an export thing. They're probably very proud of it.
All right, good for them. That's one thing they could be proud of. I'm kidding. Ohio's beautiful.
It's a lovely state. Very important in our electoral college.
I was in Cleveland. That was okay.
Oof, yeah. You know what is Cleveland? I think, yeah. So Cleveland, you know what its nickname is?
The Buckeye Town?
No, it's called The Mistake on the Lake.
Oh, shit. That's a bad burn.
There's a great documentary called Believe Land about Cleveland sports on Netflix. Highly recommend it.
Because they're so bad?
Yeah, it's about how they had a history of terrible sports, and then obviously LeBron came in and
aren't the Indians okay?
They are. Yeah, they've been okay, but like haven't
they're out
won.
Of the playoffs, right?
Are they out? I don't know. Actually,
I don't know.
Been keeping up with it.
Baseball's tough after the Mets are done.
But yeah, Cleveland has a history of woeful sports teams until
we gave you the Hall of Fame for rock and roll. We gave you that.
That's what they're proud of.
Why do they get that?
Because what else they got?
I don't know. They've got a mistake on the lake.
They've got LeBron.
So let's pivot and move on and talk about another trailer that was released yesterday.
Yes. Which trailer?
It's a little movie called Logan.
Okay. Logan is a berry.
It's a Logan berry. It's a member berry.
Yes.
No, it's a Logan berry. And it's about this little berry.
Yeah.
That lives in.
He's sad though.
That lives in a tundra.
Sure.
And one day, an old disabled bald man comes and finds the little Logan berry.
Yeah.
And says, "You're going to be something important." And the Logan berry is like, "What? What do you mean? I can't." He's like, "Here, wear these claws." And that berry turns into Wolverine.
Okay.
The end.
Oh, that's the end. Sort of sets up more movies moving forward.
I think so.
Okay, that's exciting. Yeah, so the Logan trailer came out. It's the third standalone Wolverine movie and the last, as they've said.
And the darkest, man. Let's be honest. This looks dark.
Now. It's final.
It's R?
It's R.
It's hard R.
Yeah, did you watch the trailer? Dude gets his head like stabbed legit in the trailer. You see claws come out of his head.
In the trailer?
Yes, in the trailer. Shit. There might have been two trailers, but there was definitely an R-rated trailer.
I think you saw the Red Band one.
There wasn't a Red Band trailer, but it's definitely an R. And obviously, a lot of that is inspired by Deadpool's success. People trying to like R it up. With
we need to chop people's heads off more.
Yeah. I mean, so the trailer came out. It had the classic Johnny Cash cover of what's the song?
Hurt by Nine Inch Nails.
By Nine Inch Nails, which is an excellent cover that pretty much can make any trailer look good. I was encouraged by this trailer insofar as I think it's, we've seen with some of the Netflix Marvel stuff, like doing a dark kind of serious superhero movie can work. And sometimes it's terrible.
Like it's terrible
Fantastic
when
Four was terrible.
But that wasn't dark.
They tried to make it more grounded and serious.
Suicide Squad? Terrible.
But that was meant to be more lighthearted, I guess.
Was it?
I think so. At least the trailers were.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I was a little bit encouraged. It looked like it was well shot and, interesting. Could be an interesting movie. I got a little bit put off once he started doing like the wire jump, like Wolverine jump stuff. You know what I mean? I was almost hoping in the way that like I was very excited when they were rebooting Bond with Daniel Craig. And I was a little put off that like it wasn't the whole reboot. It was more grounded, certainly, but not quite more as realistic as I was hoping for. And I'm not looking for absolute realism with a dude with like adamantium claws, but like why? You know what I mean? Like wire assisted jumps where he's doing like Matrix style jumps at people.
Can he do that?
He can, but it just looks goofy, and especially in the tone of like a very serious movie. It looks like The Wrestler. So that's what it looks like.
It does look like. That's a very good point. so you would rather Wolverine
I'm
be handicapped in this?
Well, he is essentially.
Why?
You can see in the trailer like
he should not be.
But his healing ability seems to be diminished.
Why? So I know that was a story. Was that a storyline in one of the comic books?
It's called Old Man Wolverine, I believe.
I thought he doesn't get old.
Apparently he does.
Man,
just took a while.
Fine. He's probably like 406 now, right?
Yeah.
He's hung out.
Yeah, he's had a good run.
So the girl, she's probably X-23, right?
I guess. I'm not super knowledgeable about Wolverine's backstory, but X-23... Wasn't X-23 the one that was... I don't know. They just, like...
So I believe X-23 was a clone of Wolverine.
Oh, okay. So that would...
A female girl, young girl clone.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
So
they cloned her. They cloned
so
him.
and people are essentially confirming that that is who that is.
Yeah.
And there was a line in the trailer where Professor X is like, "She's very much like you."
She's very much like you, Logan.
It's okay. It's getting there.
I think. I mean, for like never attempting it ever before.
It's okay. It sounds
Sean Connery.
more Sean Connery. Yeah, you need.
She looks like you, Logan.
That's a little better. Getting
Logan.
There.
Yeah.
Workshop it.
I'm gonna freaking play this. I'm gonna be doing a lot of driving this week. I'm gonna force Stacy to hear it.
I will be curious about the movie. I'm more curious about this Wolverine standalone movie than I was for any of the other ones. But I don't know. For all superhero movies at this point, I'm so wait and see and like wait for the reviews. I watched Batman vs Superman on the plane coming back from San Francisco yesterday or a few days ago, and it was just heinous. And I'm so glad I didn't pay money for it. Because it's just like...
Oh, good word.
Just garbage.
It was heinous.
It was. Horrifying. It was horrifying.
James Mangold's directing this movie.
I don't know who that is.
He did Walk the Line. He did the first Wolverine.
That's funny that he did Walk the Line and they used the Johnny Cash movie in song in the trailer.
You've made it to level 2 of the game, Russ.
Don't you think that's funny?
I guess.
I wonder if that was his decision or the trailer company's decision.
Yeah, that's a great point.
But that song just works perfectly with any trailer. So
apparently he's written.
Yeah.
It says books. He wrote Copland and he wrote Girl Interrupted.
He wrote Girl Interrupted. Wow.
He wrote Girl Interrupted.
Okay.
Is that what we're saying? Yeah, he wrote it.
Wow.
Good for him. Hey, gotta respect the authors.
I would have assumed it was a girl that wrote that book.
Well, you just are reading too much into that title.
I guess I am. Oh, and 3:10 to Yuma.
He wrote that. He directed Cop. People love Copland.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty good, talented director. It seems like they brought in a good guy for this. I'm encouraged. And it looked like The Road. How do you feel about The Road? Didn't it look like that? It was like very dark and gray, and he's like an old man taking care of a young girl. And then he's carrying around Professor X like he's a little baby.
Yeah, there's something kind of, I don't know, do you think, he looks sexy.
He's always looked
Hugh
sexy.
Jackman just looked, but like old man Wolverine is kind of sexy.
Age has worked well for him. I mean, he's always looked good, but I think he's gotten very good looking. The other thing I'm kind of curious about, have you kept up with the new X-Men movies? Like the latest ones?
I saw, what was the one with Peter Dinklage?
Okay, so that was the second to last one.
Oh, there's been another one.
Apocalypse came out since then.
Oh, right. That was the Bryan Singer joint.
Yeah, but they
were both Bryan Singer joints.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
But they've done a lot of time travel stuff in those, obviously.
Oh, boy.
And I guess the question is, are they going to even acknowledge that stuff in this movie? I hope they don't. Because I don't care. I hope they don't.
At the point where it's like, who gives a shit?
But nerds care. Like, they're going to be like,
what?
Well, in this universe, Logan is not blah, blah, blah.
I know there's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
And then
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just make a good story.
It doesn't matter. Just keep it, the only time I have a problem with it is when they will basically make it a point to separate from the other continuative narratives that are happening out in the world, but then when they reference stuff and they kind of do a 180 on you.
You mean like the Star Trek reboot?
Or things they're just well, no, you can't insert that there because you've led us to believe that these aren't connected.
I don't know what you're talking about now.
I feel like that's happened before with some of the newer Marvel stuff.
You need to give a specific example because you're speaking in vague garbage.
All right, well, maybe we'll just keep it in vague garbage. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes you're not sure if something's connected, or now we're on a pretty deliberate path.
Right. Well, they make a big deal again in the new Marvel movies. They make this idea of they changed the future.
Well, of course,
in that movie that you saw, they changed the future where all the X-Men. They actually tied it into the other earlier movies.
It seemed like the whole point of that was for them to delete the Brett Ratner one,
right?
Which was great,
right? It was
brilliant.
deleted, and Jean Grey was alive and happy, and dating James Marsden as Cyclops, and everyone was happy,
right? And then James Marsden went to a little town called Westworld, where different. Sorry. So I guess the question is, okay, so if there's a happy universe where Professor X is still an old man, but he's super happy, what universe is this? And again, I would rather them not take a minute and be this a title card that's in this alternate universe where Wolverine didn't go back in time and make Brett Ratner's movie disappear. This is what things have become. I don't need that shit. Leave it out. Yeah. Just
make a movie about Wolverine and he's sad and he lost his healing powers and everyone's dead and it's just him and Professor X chilling and hanging out with X-23.
Because I feel like this is also existing in a timeline where all the other X-Men are dead.
Yeah, that was my impression too. Isn't there even a line in the trailer where they're like, everyone's dead?
There might be 3 people in this movie.
Mutants are gone.
Yeah, mutants are gone.
Right.
Well, guess what? X-Men are mutants.
Yeah.
They're all dead. Good job, Logan.
I am encouraged by the trailer, but I'm also very wary because, again, you put that music over anything, it looks good. And secondly, there's no dialogue in this trailer. And this last time I saw a trailer with very little dialogue or almost no dialogue was the Suicide Squad trailer, and that came out real bad. Real bad.
Why did it come out so bad?
Because it was horribly written and acted, and the whole movie was bad.
So are you telling me that you could put Johnny Cash
over anything?
Over anything, it just sounds good.
Absolutely.
So, like, I could describe to you what it's like growing up.
Yeah, in Marlboro.
In the mean streets.
I hurt myself
of suburban New Jersey.
To see
Did you go to the
if
pool?
I still
Life wasn't that easy.
No.
I focus on the pain.
Had a lot of sleepaway camps.
The only thing that's real.
And no candy there, was there?
There's no candy.
The needle tears a hole.
Had to be in bed by 7 p.m. every night.
The old familiar
Not enough
sting.
batteries for your Game Gear.
Try to kill it
Sometimes
all away,
go to bed
but I remember
way too full.
everything. What have
Struggle was real at day camp. Had to sweat it out. No air conditioning.
Almost kissed the girl. Almost.
Had to play sports all day, every day. No breaks. And then, after 8 weeks,
And you could have it all.
just go home. Go back to school. Do you know what school was like?
Homework every night.
Let you down. I will make you.
That song's good, man.
That's a good tune.
Song's pretty good.
We were saying he must have been at his deathbed, and they were just holding the lyrics up like, "Sing this. We need one last paycheck out of you, buddy."
That's screwed up, man. Trent Reznor's actually gone on record and been like, you know what? I know that's my song, but this is
He
now
rocked it.
Johnny
Totally,
Cash's
100%.
song.
It's a better version of the song than Trent Reznor's version.
It's amazing.
He fucking crushed it.
He did.
Love him.
He's a good man.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you have it. There's the Logan.
Yeah.
The Logan.
The Logan.
I don't know. There's no other movies that I'm excited for. I'm not excited for
No.
any movies. What are the movies? You know what I think is going to be okay? Maybe. I'll go see Arrival.
I don't know what that is.
Arrival is who's the guy who plays Hawkeye? What's his name?
Oh, yeah, that guy who's in Hurt Locker.
Yeah, and is it Emily Blunt?
Oh, I do like Emily Blunt.
Could be.
Sicario. Very good.
Could be. What the freak here? Yes. No, I'm sorry. It's Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
Amy Adams and Emily Blunt are not the same person.
No, very different.
But it is about an alien contact. A mysterious spacecraft enters the globe.
Yeah.
And a linguistics expert, played by Amy Adams.
Yeah.
Is tasked with like interpreting what this all is.
Yeah.
The early reviews are pretty positive.
When is it out? Like soon?
November 11th.
Okay.
So
yeah, I
a
would see
couple
that.
weeks.
That sounds like a good.
I'd love to get Mr. Hoffman here.
I know. I keep meaning to. He's been traveling and vacations and la di da, but we will get him in. I promise.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into it. It's been a while since I saw some really good sci-fi. Russ, have you seen any good movies lately?
I saw. So I mentioned I watched Batman vs Superman on the flight out to San Francisco. On the flight back, I watched a movie called 10 Cloverfield Lane, which we've talked a little bit about on the show. I believe Justin watched it and recommended it. I would give that same wholehearted recommendation. It was really excellent. The fact that it was just super riveting, and the fact that I was able to watch it on a plane and like, I'm not the guy that's very emotive when I'm watching a movie. Like I don't gasp or like none of that. I was like in this movie. Like
How good is John Goodman?
He's always great. But
Can we order up some more John Goodman?
Totally.
Can we get some more of him?
Is he
on the
thinner
menu?
now?
Who cares? I don't care.
Well,
Fat,
I worry
skinny.
about his longevity. Is my chief concern.
You son of a bitch!
I'm just saying he was very large.
How dare you jinx
in 10
life?
He's very large in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Like he does not look healthy in that movie.
Okay. Well, I
think
believe
he lost a lot of weight.
I think him and Penn Jillette went to the same planet and got skinny.
Yeah. That movie is and it's cheap.
Is it scary?
It's intense. It's scary. It's really well written. It's well shot.
Good Halloween movie?
A great Halloween movie in the sense that it's like intense. It feels like a Hitchcock movie. That's the whole spirit of it. It's like
beautiful,
very intense. And if you haven't seen it yet, really would recommend that you not watch the trailer, not read anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I've seen the trailer.
A lot of it hinges on like you learn as you go as you're watching this movie. So please do not ruin it for yourself. I knew very little going in.
I have a question.
Okay.
So
I don't want to say anything about the plot points of the movie if that's what you're going to ask.
You don't have to.
Okay.
But like, is there any connection to the other movie?
They have the same name in the title.
That's it. Okay, Russ just made like a shruggy shoulder emoticon.
I mean, they do have the same name in the title.
So you would imagine.
And J.J. Abrams produced both of them. So
okay, so I am a detective. I've put all the facts on the table. I've connected the dots. I've followed the red threading.
Yeah,
and I believe there is no connection whatsoever between these two movies.
I think that's a fair assumption to make. All I can say is go watch it again. Look up or read as little as possible because I mean, and it's not a spoiler to say that it is a mystery and tension-filled movie.
Of course,
like from minute one, you're like, what's happening? Keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I believe.
I think Stacey would like it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's very but not for Dylan. Maybe
no,
turn him away.
No, he's still in his Daniel Tiger face. Although I'm getting him into hockey.
Okay,
he now can say goal, so he's excited.
Really?
Yeah.
Does he know when to say goal?
No, he just listens for me.
Okay,
but he'll wait and he'll like keep looking at me. I'm like, they haven't scored yet.
Does he say icing?
Yet. Nope, he does say offsides though.
Okay,
no,
and Zamboni.
He says Zamboni, but like he's getting into it a little bit. It used to
Does
be
he
like
yell at them to change lines or no?
No,
he doesn't.
He'll be like. Pass. He used to be like,
one timer.
Look at you dropping some hockey slang.
Yeah, 5-hole.
No, it's good stuff. All right. I think that's it.
I think
we've covered it all. This was great.
Do we know what we're gonna have next week? We might have a guest.
We're gonna try and do Jordan again, right?
Okay,
if we can make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him in here, and then the week after we know who's coming.
We do.
In, right?
2 weeks from today, the lovely Jill Schlesinger back on the show.
That's good because I've been putting my money in really bad places.
I've been putting it in the microwave
entirely into corn.
Oh, that's a bad move.
I've just been keeping corn in my house.
Oh, that's a bad move.
And it's cooked, so it's rotting. It's not like
nope.
Just the seeds.
You done screwed up.
Yeah, it's bad.
We'll look forward to that. 866-404-CNET. That is our number. Leave us a voicemail if you would like, or shoot us an email, the404@cnet.com. Thanks so much to people on our subreddit, to people tweeting. A lot of fun.
I read that subreddit all the time.
Do you really?
I actually do.
Okay.
The problem is I have like a Reddit account that I use as my personal Reddit account, and then I have like
got your burner one.
And my public account. So like I have to log into the public one to like make comments and stuff. Suffice it to say, I'm reading it. I don't know if Jeff is, but I do read it.
I read it occasionally. I used to be a little more involved.
I mean, when I see it in my feed, so I'll see it because I'm subscribed to the subreddit, so I'll see it pop up.
Right.
So, and it doesn't take a lot of votes for someone to pop up.
Nope, does not. So there you have it. Get your thread to the top by submitting one.
Yeah.
We will see you guys next week. Have a fantastic weekend.
Peace.
Until next time. We'll see you very soon. Hey, thanks again to Vega Coffee for sponsoring today's episode. Vega Coffee isn't just the best coffee subscription service available, it is a movement. Vega Coffee farmers own the entire production process. That's important. Listen to this. They grow, roast, and package coffee at origin in Nicaragua, thereby eliminating the usual middlemen so that you can pay less than you would with comparable specialty brands. And get this, your purchase of Vega Coffee enables farmers to earn more income. How about that? Why don't we take care of those people for once, thereby creating a transformative impact on their families and communities. Very cool. You feel good about yourself buying this coffee. Go to vegacoffee.com now, sign up for a subscription, and enter the promo code THE404SHOW. That's all one word, THE404SHOW. Do it at checkout, and you're going to get that first bag of Vega Coffee for free.